Hi, everybody. My name is Louise. I'm the Education Rep for the Maritime region, and I want to thank you for joining me on this Picket Captain training. So what it is there's 4 documents that I'm going to go through. You have access to these documents on the CUPE New Brunswick website. You'll also have a copy of this recording if you need to watch it again. So all the information will be on the CUPE New Brunswick website. So please take a look. First of all, I want to thank you for joining me and thank you for volunteering to be a Picket Captain. So we are going to get started right away, and I am going to start with the PowerPoint presentation. So this was done on October 21st. As you know, things are moving really quickly. So as of October 21st, this is what I have so far, but please, there could be updates, there could be little changes, but you'll be notified of that in your role as Picket Captain. So the first thing I want to do is thank you for your role. Picket Captains play such an important role in running effective picket lines and making gains for our members. The union will depend on you to run a well-organized picket line, be the link between the strike committee and the picketers. You might have some communication with the police or the security, also with the media. And probably the most important thing is to present a positive face to the public. And also that means in the event of a strike, you'll be expected to share information, boost morale, solve problems, support picketers in the tough moments, navigate problems, and celebrate solidarity. So you're really the cheerleader of the picket lines. You keep everybody moving, you keep everybody energized, and you're really that link of information. So what is your duty as the Picket Captain? So first of all, if we ask you to arrive early, make sure you wear your Picket Captain or button. I can tell you that there is going to be a Picket Captain button distributed to all Picket Captains, so you will be receiving that. So greet your picketers, ensure all members signed in and out, and that's on Form F. So make sure that you have plenty of copies so that people can sign in and out, because that's how they receive their strike pay, is once they sign in. So you're to pass on any new information to picketers, problem solve and ensure safety, maybe identify some natural leaders within your group and assign them some roles, confirm the identity of scabs, take photos and share info with the picket coordinator strike committee, welcome solidarity picketers and let others know they came. So there could be people who aren't with CUPE that come and support us. And so it's really important that we recognize them. Stay put until the next Picket Captain arrives and make sure all forms are properly completed and submitted. And that really includes that Form F. It's super important. So some general tips for Picket Captains. Stay positive, build your kit. You're going to see later on, there's a Picket Captain kit. Use common sense to solve your problems. Make sure you dress for the weather, talk with the members, keep them informed and involved. Be empathetic. Different members have different challenges and will be stressed by different things. Encourage trust and solidarity with the bargaining committee and find creative and fun ways to keep the picket line fun. So one form that is, I'm going to show you in just a little bit, but it's the incident report form. So it's really to document what happens. Complete the incident report form and pass it on to the picketing coordinator or the office. So an incident with the police, with security guards or picket line monitors, if there's any kind of medical emergency, if there's any encounter with hostile members of the public or any vehicles, and any other incidents you think the strike committee will want to know about. If the media shows up, only official spokespeople give statements to the media. That might be you, that might be somebody else, so make sure you know who that person is. The committee will ensure that they are up to date on information and key messaging. But it's also important to get to know your picketers, listen to their stories, share positive stories from the picket line with strike headquarters. This can help identify some of the messaging we want with the media. When you're approached by the media, introduce yourself as the Picket Captain. Refer requests for interviews or statements to the strike headquarters. Encourage chants and singing. This is how you get your message out. It's really important that we are lively and energetic when the media is present and just about any time. Show that your picket line is well organized, clean, and safe. So those are a couple of tips as the picket captain. Dealing with the police or security. It's important to remember that we have a legal right as union members to strike and picket. So some provinces have laws restricting picketing, and some workers cannot go on strike. So we know we have designated employees who can't be on the picket line, but we are talking about a legal strike here in New Brunswick. So you have the legal right to do so. Police have no authority in a labor dispute unless someone breaks the law. So remember that. The police have no authority in a labor dispute unless someone breaks the law. They will want to minimize traffic disruption and violence, which is normal. And police should be there to protect everyone, including the picketers. So there's going to be a picketing plan. Sometimes the police are involved in that input. This makes them more likely to mediate in a neutral way if there is a dispute. So remember, the police are also on our side. Make sure that they know who the contact is, who the picket captain is. So if there is an issue, they know who to talk to. And remember, the police are there for us as well. So if the police show up, this is a list of things. Introduce yourself as the picket captain. Ask them to speak directly to you if they have any concerns, not the other picketers. Have a witness when you speak with the officer. Be polite, answer your questions. Always have any rules or agreements on hand. Ensure picketers refrain from antagonizing the police. That's verbal or body language. You know what I mean by this. Record all police activity in the incident report forms and report concerns to the picketing coordinator on those incident report forms. Now remember, if there's problems on the picket line, if there's a medical emergency, call 911. If a member is assaulted, call the police. For all other problems, talk to the picketing coordinator or someone at the strike headquarters. So here's some couple of things that I want you to remember as the picket line captain. Where will the picket line be? Where will it move from and to? Where should you put a fire barrel or a shelter? Where will you keep your supplies? Are there potential hazards? How can you keep the site safe and clean? These are all considerations. Are we going to picket on the left-hand corner? We're going to picket on the right-hand corner. People are going to walk where? So these are just some ideas. And that leads us to the traffic flow. We want to delay traffic. We can't stop it, but we certainly want to delay it. So where could vehicles line up? How could you group the vehicles? How would delaying traffic affect the area? Would it interfere with traffic lights? How would you deal with these issues? So this is all part of your thought process about where are we going to go picket? How are we going to picket today? One thing for the health and safety is sight lines. Are there blind spots? Would delaying traffic create blind spots? So always be mindful of that. We certainly don't want anybody to be injured. So hazards. Would delaying traffic create a hazard for drivers, picketers, or passerbys? Would delaying traffic block any crosswalks? How could you deal with these issues? And the picketers, where will they park? Where's the closest washroom? Where can they get coffee, water, food? How many picketers will you need to safely and effectively picket at this site? Assuming that we usually keep moving. So this next slide here is your picket captain kit. This is a great idea to have these things with you, just in case. So a notebook and pen, clipboard, whatever. That's a copy of Form F. That's where people sign in. Any extra leaflets that have been prepared by the locals, by CUPE New Brunswick or the bargaining committee. Some copies of the information sheet. I'm going to show you that in a little bit. Copies of the incident report form. Picket signs that reflect the union's key message. Buttons, handouts. Do you need traffic cones? Do you have the contact list, the phone tree for members on your picket line? Cell phone numbers with everyone on your picket line. Do you have a camera, video, phone to record problems as well as positive moments? Receipt book in case somebody gives a donation, maybe a little first aid kit. Maybe you need flashlight if you're going to be picketing at night. Matches, toilet paper. These are just some ideas of what you might want to have with you as the picket captain. So the most important thing probably as the picket captain is to keep your picketers engaged. So creating and leading chants, writing and singing songs, distributing union material, talking to people in cars, talking to people passing by. Maybe there's a fire. It's actually legal to have a fire. Taking pictures as problems as well as positive scenes, videotaping, counting the number of vehicles crossing the picket line. And it's really important to keep the area safe and clean and organizing social events. How do we handle talking to the public? Our goal is to gain public support and to have the public join us in putting pressure on the employer. It's easier to win the public support when we have positive messagings on the picket line and on our picket signs. For example, we want to work for you. We want a fair negotiated agreement. We're your neighbors. We're part of the community. We respect and support the citizens of our community. We believe in. So those are just some positive ways to give our message. And we want to show the public that we want to be part of the solution. How long can we hold up traffic? Ideally, vehicles won't cross the picket line. I know from provincial laws allow you to slow or stop traffic. In New Brunswick, we are allowed to slow traffic. If it does, the vehicles want to cross your line, it's good to get them to stop long enough for a conversation about why workers are taking job action. Sometimes the local and the employer negotiate a length of time. Sometimes the police are involved in the negotiations. Make sure everyone on the picket line knows what the plan is and stops each vehicle for the full time allowed. Are we allowed to make noise on the picket line? Absolutely. Picket line should be energetic, and that means noise. On the other hand, our picket line is covered by municipal bylaws. So noise bylaws might restrict noise, for example, in the early morning and late hours in residential areas. Remember that our goal is to build public support for our cause, not make possible allies angry. So for the morning, sound system, probably not the best idea, but you get the gist. We have to make sure that people notice us, and making noise is part of that. What are injunctions? I think this is an important little tip to discuss. People will come out of the buildings and they're saying they're going to be talking about injunctions. So employers will often try to intimidate picket captains and picketers by threatening to get an injunction to limit where we can picket or how long we can delay people or vehicles before they cross the picket line. But remember, to get an injunction, the employer has to make a formal application either to the Labor Relations Board or court. So this does not happen extremely quickly, and employers will threaten it. Let them do what they have to do, and we'll do what we have to do. But reports any threats of an injunction to the strike headquarters immediately. And again, I just really want to remind you of this. In case of a medical emergency, 911. If a member is assaulted, call the police. And for all other problems that you can't handle, please call the strike headquarters or your strike committee. So I'm going to stop sharing that. So it seems like a lot of information, but honestly, after your first shift, you are going to become a pro at this. And there's going to be a lot of staff around to help you. There's going to be staff, there's going to be elected leaders, there's going to be all these locals involved in the provincial bargaining. There's going to be lots of people around. So this doesn't all rest on your shoulders, but I guarantee you, you're going to get the hang of it quickly. And it's actually one of those things that you'll probably remember for the rest of your career is, remember that day on the picket line? I still remember my very first strike. I was a temp employee, and I still remember those days clearly, even though it was many, many years ago. So the next thing I want to share with you is just a couple of documents. The first one is the incident report form. So the incident report form has the picket captain. It's a good idea to have a couple of copies with you. So it's to be filled out by the picket captain. So it's your name, your phone number, the date, the shift, the time, picket location, and details of whatever took place. Okay, so write down description of everything that was involved. And there's a place at the bottom for your name and phone number of any witnesses. So it's good to have a couple of copies of this with you at all times. The next thing I'm going to share with you is an information sheet to picketing. So remember that the picket line belongs to the union. To ensure it is a safe and happy place, here's a list of things you should do as well as things you shouldn't. So let's go through this. You do want to follow direction of your picket captain. That's you. So make sure your members know who you are and that you're the leader on the group. You don't have to follow direction of security guards, or the employer might hire some monitors. You do not have to follow them. It's important that you sign in and out. Don't assume the picket captain is going to do that. You do not have to go chasing people. It's their responsibility to sign in. As the picket captain, it's important that you remember to keep the line moving. Picket lines have to keep moving. It's important to stay on message. When approached by the public, by the media, by anybody, remain polite, listen to them, share one or two of the union's messages with them, and please be respectful. If someone is abusive or violent with you, disengage and report it to, you are the picket captain, so report it to the strike headquarters. Always remember to dress for the weather. Bring snacks, water, umbrella, whatever it is you need. And remember, it's not against the law to have fun. You will make amazing memories. You will meet coworkers from different regions, from different employers, all from your community. And so this is really a time to enjoy it. This has been a lot of hard work by a lot of people for the last 3 years. And this is the culmination of it. And so I think we should be proud of ourselves. So it's all right to enjoy this and have a little bit of fun, even though it's difficult circumstances. The next thing I'm going to show you is you're going to get some frequently asked questions, and this is just a quick little list of them. How long will the strike last? The best way we can say this is the more united and well organized we are, the shorter the strike. So there's an expression that we have: the longer the line, the shorter the strike. We don't have a crystal ball. We don't know how long this could last. But the more organized we are, the shorter the strike will be. Will I be punished for my playing a role during the strike? No, you will not. Do you have to obey security guards and the employer's picket line monitors? No, you do not. So you will see this sheet was already discussed in preparing yourself for a strike. So this is all general information. You'll see that there's 2 pages, and I really recommend that you take a look at this. It just answers some really simple questions. What about alcohols and drugs? No, not on the picket line. And if you see anybody under the influence, please get them out of there. Can I bring my children or pets to the picket line? I think it's all part of common sense. If I have, and trust me, I love dogs, but if I see a great big Doberman Pinscher that is barking and being aggressive towards other picketers, I'm not sure everybody will feel comfortable with that. So just be mindful, be smart about this. If you have children that need to be watched, maybe it's not the best idea to bring them on the picket line. Maybe there's daycare being organized. So it's just some questions to think about, being a little bit more common sense about the situation. What do I do about scabs? The nicest thing I can say about scabs is don't let friends cross picket lines. So we try to stop them. And who do I contact if there's a problem on the picket line? Go to the picket captain. Then the picket captain can go to the strike committee or the headquarters. And if things get hairy, listen, it's all right to call 911 because they're there to support us as well. So that is my presentation on picket captain training. I know this is fast, but the great thing about videos is you can go back and watch it. You can go back and take notes. All the documents are available on CUPE New Brunswick website. So please remember, whatever you need, there's probably somebody there that can answer your questions, that can help you out. But again, a big thank you for signing up to be picket captain. It's a really important role and it is much appreciated. So have a great day, and I'm sure I will see some of you on the picket line.